Oh, there we go. Something reset on my shit. Okay. Shocking. Alright, so there I go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I am the Straight Edge Monster. Today we are playing Pro Wrestling Sim. I'm starting a new game on it because, of course, I had to redo everything. Alright, so you might have to view it in full screen. Oh, you know what I could do, actually, to make it bigger is to get rid of that fucking menu on the side. So give me a second. Let me see if I can do that. So we'll cut the menu off the side here. Alt it over because you know guys don't need to see all that. And then we'll I want to do this. We can do like that. And then we don't really need the quit job part on there. Okay. Let's try that. That's a little bit bigger. That looks better. All right, so you might I mean you're going to have to view this in full screen for sure. But anyway, so we are AWA, or I'm taking over the AWA in 1988, baby. Prime year. I was 2 years old, depending on the month. And since this is January, 2 years old. But yeah, so this is during the whole time frame where Vince McMahon was poaching talent and trying to build up his roster because he was going to go national with it, and then of course eventually global with the WWF. So he's taking everybody's best wrestlers and most over wrestlers from each company, NWA and AWA, and I want to say there's one more pretty good sized one. Hold on, let's go to all promotions here. Oh, and world class, yeah, of course, world class. All right, so world class had the Von Erichs, of course. Um, as you can see, he's already started taking people. So Memphis is gone. Like, there's only 5 companies at the moment. He's already taken Savage from Memphis because I've got Jerry Lawler because Memphis is gone. Um, he's already taken Rick Rude from AWA. He's already taken the Ultimate Warrior from AWA in world class. He's already taken there's a shit ton of people here. He's already taken Rick Martel, so you already got Strike Force. So the Can-Am connection is already gone. The Can-Am connection was Rick Martel and Tom Zink. I still have Tom Zink, but he's still Rick Martel. They got the Strike Force thing going on right now with Tito Santana. He also took well, Stampede Wrestling's gone. That's why he's got the Heart Foundation. Boris Zubkov was also in AWA at one point. I don't have him. I believe Ken Patera was in AWA as well. This man's got the 2 biggest jobbers of all time, Barry Horowitz and fucking Steve Lombardi. Wow, he's got Power and Roma, Power and Glory on an enhancement talent. Sam Houston, yes. He grabbed him from NWA. He's already got Sherry from AWA. Sherry was AWA's women's champion. So I already lost her too. So that sucks because I could have used her. I find it very interesting that Lord Alfred Hayes is just not an announcer with Gorilla Monsoon. I guess that's so that he can fucking just announce with whoever they want. That's kind of smart, actually. It's kind of what they did anyway. But yeah, I have like nobody, dude. And then I went and edited the database, and I was like, well, let me build up a roster before I get started because negotiating on this thing is going to suck. And then by the time I get a good roster, by the time they accept all the contracts or not accept the contracts, I'll have to have ran so many shows. So I'm trying to save AWA. So I went through and tried to see who the top guys were that weren't signed anywhere on this mod. And I got a pretty good roster, dude. So check it out. So I've got Ricky Steamboat, who I signed. I got Roddy Piper, who I signed. Roddy Piper costs a lot of money, by the way. Kurt Hennig was already there. Sergeant Slaughter was already there. Stan Hansen, Terry Funk I signed. Um, I believe I signed Iron Sheik too. So like all my entire main event roster, besides Slaughter and Kurt, were not signed. I cannot believe that Steamboat wasn't signed. I believe this is when he was in between NWA and WWE, and Piper as well. So I really lucked out with those two because Piper can really talk on the mic, and of course Steamboat's like one of the best wrestlers in the game. Um, Terry Funk, I got really lucky with him too, even though he's 43 already in 1988, which is insane. Um, Adrian Adonis was already there. Greg Gagne obviously already was there. Midnight Rockers were already there. Jerry Lawler was there. I think I signed Sid. I definitely signed Vader and Muda. They were not, because there's no New Japan on here, which is one of the things I don't like about this mod. But I didn't have enough time to fucking just go in and create all the Japanese wrestlers and shit. So they had Japanese wrestlers in there. Like I've got Muda, I've got Ultimo Dragon, and I've got Liger, but they don't have the New Japan roster in here. And New Japan started in '72, so they definitely should have been in here. But it's whatever. Um, I signed Brian Pillman. He wasn't signed anywhere. I signed Bull Nakano. Obviously, she wasn't signed anywhere because there's no Japan thing. And obviously, she would be, I want to say she would have been all Japan anyway. I don't think New Japan didn't have women's wrestling. So I think she would have been all Japan. So they don't have New Japan or all Japan in the game. I believe I signed Cactus Jack as well. Scott Hall was already there. Nasty Boys were there. I got a bunch of young dudes. I got the Malenko and the I don't know if you saw it up here, but yeah, that's a Brian Pillman. Malenko, Brian Pillman. I signed Orndorff. Orndorff. This was I guess after he left WWF after WrestleMania, because WrestleMania 1 was in '86, I believe. It was either '85 or '86, and then Piper and Orton like blamed Orndorff for the loss or whatever. I want to say that's when it was. Hold on. So they kicked him out, and then I think he left WWF shortly after. I don't know why all three of those. Orton was already on the AWA roster. The other two were not signed. Let's see. Let's go to his Wikipedia and see if we can figure out why he wasn't signed. So he was in the NWA from '75 to '83, obviously, because he had the crazy dog collar match with fucking George the Hammer Valentine. Or Greg the Hammer Valentine. I said George. Greg the Hammer Valentine. Let's see. So yeah, he was there till '87. '87. Pirates Pit also served as the backdrop for Andre the Giant's heel turn. I don't know. He just wasn't there for some reason. Oh, okay. Because this is when he went to go act. Got you. All right. Go. So this is. So what happened was. Piper stormed the set of Adonis's show and destroyed it with a baseball bat. This led to their hair versus hair match at WrestleMania 3, which was billed as Piper's retirement match. Piper won the match, but then he left because it was his retirement match. He went to go make the movies like They Live and Hell Comes to Frogtown and shit like that, I assume. And then uh, after he left, he came back in '89. Well, we're starting in '88, so stole him, took him, took him. Don't care. So that's how I got Piper. And then I guess Orton left it before him or around the same time. Like it's crazy that all three of those guys left around the same time. And I got all three of them. I got Wendy Richter obviously because she had gotten screwed over by Fabulous Moolah with the original screw job. So I've grabbed her. I'm very hyped that I have her on the squad. I had to get some enhancement stuff, so I got Buzz Sawyer. I kept Bill Dundee. I got a young Jeff Jarrett and a young Chris Benoit. Grabbed up Luna Vachon as well. I got young Rob Van Dam, but I actually don't get him until like the following year because he hasn't debuted yet. They got a lot of wrestlers in this mod that don't come into the game until they have a debut date set. So like I'll get to go through like the entire fucking Like I'm just not gonna have a bunch of nobodies, basically, random generated wrestlers. I will have actual guys come into the game, so that'd be pretty cool. I've got Gordon Soley, who was a free agent, and Mike Tenay. That's my announcers. My backstage staff isn't great, but I do love that I got Lance Russell, even though he's 61. He's like a 90 road agent. I was also able to grab up Paul Heyman because he wasn't signed to NWA yet. So I grabbed him, which was probably my best pickup out of everybody. And then I left Eric Bischoff as my backstage announcer because I don't like Eric Bischoff. And he's relegated to that for the foreseeable future. And I will try to keep him away from NWA and WWF as much as possible. All right. So there you go. Now I've got the storylines. Now, what I did was I didn't want to have to come in here and the set up the matches in front of you guys. So what I did was they have a pre-booking option on here. So I pre-booked all 5 shows that we're going to go through today. And hopefully I don't have to make too many changes with injuries or, people quitting or whatever might happen in the game. My medical right now, I only have Sid hurt. He's out till July 1st of 1988 because he got stabbed by Arn Anderson in real life and they put that in the game. So I signed him for totally forgetting that, and I went to go use him in a match that I was setting up or a show that I was setting up, and I couldn't. And I was like, "Where the fuck is he? Where the fuck is he?" And I finally realized that he's hurt because of shit that happened in real life before this mod. Um, my events. There's my 1 weekly show, and then those are my 6 big shows. I want to call them pay-per-views, but not really. They're not really pay-per-views because it's 88. Um, but I'll probably call them pay-per-views anyway because that's just what I'm used to. But yeah, it's only a 60-minute show. It's only an hour show each week for AWA Championship Wrestling on ESPN. So we're gonna have to make the most of it. I raised my production. Try to compete with WWF and NWA because this whole thing is like I want to say AWA went out of business in 1990 or 91. So I can't afford for it to go into the ground that fast. You know what I'm saying? So I had to upgrade a lot of stuff. Now I kept the copyright-free music and the um, talent writes their own segments because I feel like the music isn't that serious in 1988, and talent writing their own segment isn't that bad either. Actually, if you look at the results of the 3 things, like $0 per month, workers are rated solely on their own entertainment ability. Okay, well, guess what? If I know that, and that's the only thing I have to go by, if that's the case, then I know Piper and I know Cactus Jack and I know Terry Funk and I know Paul Heyman will have really good segments. So I'm cool with that. Um, Writer working with a talent, however, will cost me $200,000 per month, which I don't have the money for because I just signed a bunch of really good people to try to compete on a in-ring work talent-based thing against WWF and NWA. And then bad angles will receive an increase to segment score, but great angles will receive a small hit, which doesn't make any sense to me. So I was like, well, that's not worth it. And then writers write everything is $200,000 per month, but bad angles will receive a big increase to segment score, but great angles will receive a hit to segment score. Why would I want a hit to my segment score if it was a great angle? That makes no sense. So I don't want any of that. So I was like, nah, I'll save my $200,000 a month, because that's just insane. I'm like, no, I'm good. Didn't seem worth it. Here's my titles right now. To start the game out, Greg Gagne is the international champion. Medusa is the women's champion. Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, is the AWA World Heavyweight Champion. And the Midnight Rockers, Marty and Shawn Michaels, are the tag team champions. They've only had it for 5 days. Kurt Hennig has had it for 244. Medusa has had it for 5, and Gagne's had it for 5. So not great. It's gonna be interesting to see if anybody gets like let go by the other companies too. So speaking of, if I go to the other promotion, because I didn't go to the other one that I have to worry about, which is the NWA, obviously. So Flair, Dusty, Sting, clearly. Arn, Tully, Barry, Lex, Nikita Koloff, Rick Steiner, Road Warrior Animal, Road Warrior Hawk. Like, they've got an insane roster. As far as in-ring talent goes, oh, and Larry Zbyszko was another person that went from AWA to NWA right before this mod happened. So yay. Oli, Barbarian, Warlord. They've got Ron Simmons, of course. They got the Midnight Express. They're gonna have Jim Cornette. They got the Dynamic Dudes with Shane Douglas and Johnny Ace. JJ Dillon, Jim Cornette, like I said. They got Magnum TA. This is after his crash, so he's still not a wrestler. So he's backstage staff for them. Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone, like the best fucking two in the goddamn game. So like they got some pieces here. They got some nice pieces. Really nice. In fact, I would raid more of their people than I would raid fucking WWF. I really want Savage. I would really want Savage. And of course, I would want Warrior just because, and maybe Demolition. And I don't know what Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart's shit is right now. He's 85 wrestling skill. I assume that Jim Neidhart's like 65. 60, okay. So yeah, I'll probably take them too. But then that's like it. But on the WWF side, bro, I would take so many people. Or NWA side rather. I would take Shane Douglas. I would take the Midnight Express. I'd take Jim Cornette. I'd probably take Larry Zbyszko. I'd take the Steiners. I'd take Dr. Death Steve Williams. I would take Road Warriors. I would take Luger and Nikita Koloff. I would take all these guys, like their whole upper mid card and main event. I would take like their roster is sick. NWA. I was a much bigger NWA guy as far as enjoying the product more than I was WWF in this time frame. Like in WWF, you have like a really strong top, and then it's a big fall off. This, I feel like their fucking main event to their mid card is stacked, and for some reason they have Butch and Luke. Uh, they haven't gone over to WWF as the Bushwhackers yet, so that's interesting. Let's see. So here's my storylines going into these 5 shows. Got the Great International Muda. He's gonna go against Greg Gagne for the international title. Steamboat Hennig trilogy. That's for the AWA World Championship. The Revolution, the Medusa versus Bull Nakano, which I consider the real women's revolution. Uh, it's not their fault that nobody did anything with it after. Cowboy versus Indian. Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. versus Wahoo McDaniel. And then USA versus Iran. Sergeant Slaughter versus the Iron Sheik with his manager, Sheik Adnan. All right, so there's my 5 storylines. I think we're ready to start this. All right, so as you can see, here's my pre-booked segment or pre-booked show for that one, for that one. So I've got it all pre-booked all the way up to right here to the main event. Like this is done too. So that's where we're gonna get to today. Hopefully, we're gonna see what happens. Larry Hennig's contract is gonna expire, so that'll save us a little bit of money. Wahoo McDaniel's contract is also gonna expire. I haven't made up my mind if I'm gonna re-sign him or not, but. So all this is going to happen, and then we'll be on February 3rd. So it'll be January 6th. Will be my first show. January 6th, 1988. January 13th. All right, let's go to the first day and see what happens. So my show, it's the first right now. So we've got 5 days to get through and see if we're going to pick up anybody. Here we go. Oh, damn, that was loud. The Road Warriors won the NWA World Tag Team titles for the first time. Man, this is early as fuck. Gray Pearson has made an offer from WWF. I don't know who that is. Stanley Blackburn to WCCW, PNW, which is Portland, I think, or Pacific Northwest, something like that. Makes an informal contract for Nick Busick. Not Jason Knight, no way. From ECW. RTL have signed a broadcasting deal with WWF to show WWF Primetime Wrestling. Okay, so nothing crazy happened. That's good. Let's see what this is about. What happened on NWA? An angle with Kevin Sullivan and Rick Steiner. Nikita Koloff versus Chris Champion. Koloff won, obviously. Um, Lex Luger defeated Ole Anderson. Kevin Sullivan defeated Brad Armstrong. And then the Four Horsemen lost the titles to the Road Warriors. That's sick. That's a sick main event. I do have my show set up like the old school, like actual shows from back then too. Like it's like all enhancement talents getting crushed by the good people, and then like the main event is like a more competitive matchup with a bunch of interviews and shit. Like if you watch the old NWA or Mid South or whatever, Tony Schiavone would be standing over there with a microphone, and then either before or after a match, they would just walk over from the ring or before they get to the ring and have like a promo. That's the style I have. I believe AWA did a similar thing too. So that's the style I'm doing because of the time frame. I can't just go in there and be like, "Oh yeah, we got all this pyro and a whole big ass elaborate setup and stuff." Like that's not how it works. So, um, all right, first day, not too much going on. That's good though. Sucks that the Road Warriors want to go. That means they're not going to let them go. But Bravo has signed a broadcasting deal with NWA to show NWA World Championship Wrestling. Interesting. Ed Moretti beat the Grappler. An Angle defeating or with both of them. Art Barr. They brought Jason Knight in just so they could squash one with Rip Oliver. And then Brian Adams defeats Ed Moretti. Nice. That one is that the same Brian Adams? Like Crush Brian Adams? That noise is gonna get on my fucking nerves. We're losing money somehow. I don't know how we're losing money. We're losing money though. He did sign the contract. Signs the contract. Signs the contract. WCCW holds World Class Wrestling Association. We've got a weekly report with us versus. Why are we versus the WWF? They're higher than us. Let's look at the reports anyway. Between NWA and WWF, cool factor is a draw. Production quality, WWF wins. Show quality calculated by the best show from each company that week. NA if one or more companies did not have a show that week. So WWF didn't have a show. Roster with best star quality. Ooh, they got 94 for WWF. I mean, that makes sense because they're just a bigger company, but wrestling skill. Wow, they got the best wrestling skill too. It's got to be because like people like Bret Hart and British Bulldog though, because it's definitely not the top. And Macho Man, obviously. Most entertaining roster. That's really close. 94 to 91. 68 to 65. Best looking roster. Popularity 74 to 87. So WF is killing them in every sense of the word. Um, I've got the cool factor over WWF. Nice. And I lose everything else. No, I win best looking roster. What? I've got a better looking roster than WWF too. I don't know if I agree with that, but wow, that's a lot closer than I thought it would be. I win more things than the NWA does. The fuck? And then NWA, then I definitely got a better looking roster than y'all, right? Yeah. Popularity 72 to 74. That's super close. Wow, I actually won four things. I win the cool factor, the production quality. Well, production quality is going to hurt me money wise, so that's just something I did right before we started playing the game because I wanted to. I have to have it bigger. Trying to gain in popularity here. I'm trying not to die. I also have the best wrestling skill. Nice. I have better wrestling skill than NWA. That doesn't make any sense. Most entertaining roster lose. Obviously, best looking roster. Okay, popularity lose by 2. Oh my god, I'm actually way closer to it with NWA than I thought I was. World Class Championship Wrestling held the World Championship Wrestling Association in Texas. The show was, I mean, it's based in Texas, so that makes sense. The show was a critical success with many fans and critics praising the event for its high quality matches and engaging storylines below the results. Tommy Rogers beat Jack Victory. Terry Gordy beat Bill Irwin. Bobby Fulton beat Iceman King Parsons. Black Bart defeated somebody I don't know. Kevin Von Erich defeated the Simpsons brother. They're called the Cosmic Cowboys, was their name? I thought they were just called the Von Erichs. What the fuck that is? Angle involving Buddy Roberts and Tommy Rogers. Terry Taylor loses to Michael Hayes in a one-on-one match, and then Bruiser Brody destroys Buddy Roberts. And then in the main event, Matt Bourne beats Chris Adams for the Texas Heavyweight Championship. I don't know who the fuck the champion was before. I assume it was already Matt Bourne. Well, that's my titles. All promotions, world class titles. Yeah, so he already had it. Okay, cool. We got 2 male things. Oh, so it's just the thing. Okay, it's the thing we saw before. All right, noted. Local indie holds indie wrestling show. Ooh, cool. So they're like using the young guys. Oh, I like that. So they got La Parka and El Dandy, Vampiro and Viana won, Conan and Damien 666 versus Silver King. Why is that a fucking handicap match? That's fucked up. Okay. I guess that's how they can get their reach their potential and shit. So that makes sense. All right, we're on Tuesday. I think I put in the work and I deserve. I haven't even had a show under my regime yet, Tom. I mean, come on, guy. I haven't even had a fucking show yet, and you want to be pushed already. Sometime before April 5th. Sometime before April 5th. Dude, I haven't even had a show yet. Accepting this promise will make the worker happy. If you accept and meet the promise, the worker will be very happy. If you accept and fail to meet the promise, the worker will be furious. Or I can just straight up reject it. I don't even know how to push somebody. What if I just ignore them? What happens if I just ignore them altogether? Like I never got, like I never had this conversation. Like I got amnesia or some shit. How do you? All right, hold on. Change push. Okay. Damn it. So I knew how to do it. All right. Male. Fuck. What is he? He's gotta be low then, right? To be that pissed off. Lower mid card maybe. Yeah, lower mid. I can move you to mid card. That actually works for me because I need to put you with. I'm then thinking about putting him with Brian Pillman anyway as a tag team. So that would work actually. I'll say yes because I'm gonna move you to mid card. Accept. I'm losing money like a motherfucker right now, and I don't know why. Where's my money going? Staff wages and production. The fuck? Okay. Do they just have like all the Mexican wrestlers at this indie show? Vampiro wins again. Nice. El Dandy, Silver King. All right. Let me go ahead and move this fucking guy up a fucking spot before I fucking forget, because I will forget. Lower mid card, Tom's Inc. Change push. Mid card. Make the change. Man of my word. Complete a promise to a worker. Yay. Don't let me down, Tommy. Don't let me down, Tom Tom. All right. Here we go. We're starting the first show. I've got everything set up. Let's do it. All right, so I got to keep track of all this. So I've got everything written down. I just got to write down like the number results or whatever, like the final scores and the overall attendance and stuff. Konami, I'm gonna need you to back up. Back up. Go. Stop looking over here. Go. Get away from here. Go. Thank you. So we're opening with a video package. Get opening with a video package like a highlight video, like most wrestling shows, you know, the highlight video or whatever. I got 93% for that, so actually that worked out to be a good move. I put a lot of thought into this, so if this fails, I mean, ooh, I'm pretty much stupid. All right, but 93%, I'll take it. Actually, you know what? I'll rate this. This has nothing to do with what you guys can see, but I'll rate it closer to the edge over here, 93%, because I want it all lined up instead of spaced out. All right, next segment. 55%. Now, this is just Bob Orton Jr. making short work of a enhancement talent, so I wasn't expecting anything insane anyway. I do like they got the match qualities. I won't write this one down because I didn't expect this to be anything, but like when it's like really good people, I might write down how many stars the match was too.
Welcome to your doom.
Appreciate the follow. But I'll write down the match ratings for the good stuff because I'm gonna need to know that shit later. I'm sure. Um, the Vern Gagne did the heavy lifting and putting the match story together. Bob Orton Jr. popularity changes. Oh, by the way, this is in Minnesota. By the way, in a local large sports hall that can't afford an arena. 71%. All right, 71% for that. Um, y'all got slight boost, so that's cool. Roddy Piper says he came to the AWA to make sure his best friend Bob Orton Jr. got a fair shake in this company and that no one was here to throw in the towel on his career. Piper says he heard there's a nice little event coming up called the main event at the end of the month and says that Mr. Orton wants an opponent for the show so he can show everyone here what a good wrestler looks like. Okay. 71%. Probably would have been higher without Wahoo, but I put Wahoo in there because that's who eventually is going to go against Bob Orton Jr. And I needed to make sure I got the angle as hot as I could before Wahoo's contract runs out. Ooh, nice. Yeah, Steamboat carried. Steamboat carried that match, son. 73%. That was a 3-star match. Steamboat carried. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm just going to rate. That'll take too long doing it like that. I'll just rate the number 3 and then a star. Maybe that's what I'll do. Anything that's 3 or above, I'll write down. How about that? All right. Kurt Hennig, 79%, confronts Ricky Steamboat. Eric Bischoff welcomes AWA World Champion Kurt Hennig out to talk to the audience. He asks about who he'd like to go against for his championship next. Kurt says there's nobody that can hang with him because to beat him, you'd have to pretty much be absolutely perfect, and no one is. Sure, Ricky Steamboat looks great with all his flashy moves, but he couldn't do those things against me because I'm too smart. Steamboat walks over to Kurt and says if he's so sure of himself, then why doesn't he prove it and give him a title shot next week on ESPN? Kurt says if he wants a shot at the title, he's got it next week. So there you go. Nice. Next is a video package, hype video package. Of the Great Muta training in Japan with Gary Hart saying that when Muta arrives, everyone is on notice in the AWA. That got me 75. No, these numbers aren't terrible. For my first show, with a roster that I am trying to compete with 2 huge fucking companies, not terrible. I got really lucky with who was not signed during this time frame, though. I will say that. And then finally, a 50, but I knew this. This is all a nice setup. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing here. I knew this was not going to be great. Now, Buzz Sawyer is a lower mid carder or something like that. He's just an enhancement guy. Greg Gagne is my champ. Is my international champion. Wins with a quick roll up just as soon as Buzz Sawyer thought he was going to put him away and win the title. Greg Gagne retains. That's fine. I'm cool with this because this is all going to serve a bigger purpose later on. So 2 bad segments, but they were segments I knew wasn't going to be great. 69% show rating. I'm okay with that. I did gain popularity, so that helps too. WWF held primetime wrestling on the same day. No. Shows a moderate success with the fans and critics generally pleased with the event. Butch Reed beat Hillbilly Jim. Fabulous Rougeaus beat the Killer Bees. Brutus Beefcake beat Ron Bass. And then in the main event, Dino Bravo lost to Don Morocco. That is a weird. You didn't even have any of the big guys. That's why it wasn't viewed very well. Let's see what mine was though. I made 122,000. $1.14 million viewers. 1.14 million. We also got 100,000 in ticket sales. 2,500 was the attendance. How much is that a ticket? 100 grand for 2,500 tickets? I wish I would know. Like, they tell me about other fucking. All right, so they tell me about this was considered a success. I want to know if mine was considered a success. What was mine? Where's my I don't even fucking know. Event histories? It was sold out. It doesn't tell me anything. I love that it tells me everything that I wrote down so it's not lost. That's cool. I do not like. Well, they didn't say anything in the mail about it being too low of a fucking thing either. So I mean, I don't know, man. All right, let's go to another day and see what happens. NWA holds NWA main event. The Dynamic Dudes lose to Sting and Dr. Death Steve Williams as they should. Ole Anderson defeats Brad Armstrong. Luger and Ivan Koloff. That was a decent match. 61% though. Like, I mean, decent as in like two guys that you could have gone either way. And then Road Warriors and Steiner Brothers. Nice. Okay, that was cool. I like the main event. That was better than the fucking WWF primetime one. Hey, that's Ivory right there. They had Don Harris go against the fucking Ivory, dude. Colonel De Beers, who just passed away. I just saw that earlier today. He was like 80 or something. Colonel De Beers, man, from the AWA. Unfortunately, he's not with the AWA on this in this time frame for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he lost to Road Dogg Jesse James. That's who that is. Jesse James Armstrong. Harlem Heat are in here against the original Midnight Express. Nice. Al Snow. This was a crazy local indie show right here. Ken Shamrock. That's that's weird. They should have made Ken Shamrock should not be on here. His debut in wrestling wasn't till forever. I don't know if I like that. Too Cold Scorpio. That's awesome. Steve Kern and Judy Martin. They had two dudes just beat up on women in this. Judy Martin lost to Steve Kern, who I believe is Skinner in WWF later on. I want to say that's true. I can't remember for sure. And then Ivory, who is Lisa Moretti, lost to Don Harris of the Harris twins. Like, what the hell was going on that indie show? Way ahead of your time. Chris Benoit wants a title match? What the fuck, dude? I don't even have you booked on any of these shows for this whole month. You want it before March. Before March 8th. What the fuck? Oh, you know what? Yes. Yeah, you can. I gotta write that down though. Give me a second. Chris Benoit title match before March 8th. I'm gonna try to be a good boss. I'm not gonna be a Vince McMahon. Um, He just wants a title shot. He doesn't necessarily need to win. He doesn't say he wants to win the title. I could do with a title match. Okay, so yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I'm gonna say yes. Hey, we went right back over money wise to all the money that we lost. Where's my finances at? Look at that dip. So we paid 12,000 to run the venue. We made 100,000 in tickets, so worth it. Merchandise is nothing right now. Network deals 122,000 on top of that. 17,000 in sponsorships, nice. The staff wages are killing me. Production is gonna kill me. Okay. All right, we'll see. The roster costs so much money. I figured it out, and I think it was. Oh my god, where's my shit at? The roster cost me like. Fuck, I don't remember. Maybe like 750 grand, maybe even a little bit more a month. So if I'm not making a million a month, I'm fucked. And I only have 6 big shows. I don't have 12 pay-per-views like WWF does now. Not here. Obviously, they don't have that here either, but yeah, I've only got 6 big shows. And I only got 1 show per week. Terry Power has entered the wrestling world. Nice. NWA holds World Championship Wrestling. See, they got 2 shows. They had Hawk versus Sting in their main event. Oh my god, what are they doing? I love their shows more than the WWF ones for sure. They do not give a shit, dude. Look at this. Let's view Terry Power. She's already got 45 wrestling ability. Why does it look like she's already with the WWF? What's her fucking... It says unemployed. Okay. Interesting. Portland Wrestling. The Southern Rockers. Who the fuck are the Southern Rockers? Oh, yeah, Steve Dahl. Okay, got you. Damn, I forgot all about Steve Dahl, dude. See, I could have got him. Be good if his contract comes up. I might grab him. Oh, weekly war report again. We're losing money again, by the way. Ah, we've lost 3. We've got 3 out of 8. Not terrible. Like, what are we winning on? We're on Cool Factor. Show quality. We gained another one. We're really close on roster with best wrestling skill too. Mm. Which that might change after I get rid of some of these fucking contracts. Oh, they okay. I was about to say his contract is already up. That doesn't make any sense. I was like, I don't remember him fucking being that close. No, that's just when I have to fucking give him a title match by. Oh, I like that they put that in there like that. I wrote it in the notes in case I forgot, but I do like that it's in there. Wow, WWF kills NWA 6-0, but I actually am 5-3. And then I beat NWA now because my show quality is better somehow. It's got to be to the production. Yeah, the production is helping. Oh my god, I might actually take over the NWA way faster than I thought. That'd be awesome. No news, but I got mail. Let's see. Oh, the promotional work. Okay. I keep forgetting that they're gonna throw it to my shit. I like that he's got the promise up there too. They got it up there higher than the network deal. Nice. So you can really, they really made it to where you, if you miss it, it's definitely on you. You know. Man, look at the fucking ratings though. Primetime Wrestling, which was easily the worst show of the first week, got the most views. I got the second most views. AWA Championship Wrestling on ESPN, baby. Let's go. I only have one show though. Everybody else has so many shows, or more, or multiple networks that it shows on. All right. 81% for the opening video package on this one. That's not as good as the last one, but that's okay. I think this one I actually put more people in it. That's why. But I love the fact that it's helping the popularity. That definitely helps. All right, so 81, I'll take it. Um, the Nasty Boys destroying the Batten Twins is only at 56%, but that's okay. That's, I mean, I knew that. Knobs and Sags got in there. And he Sags to get the, to make, I gotta make Sags look good next time so they can try to stay around the same too. The Destruction Crew announced in a hype video that they'll be debuting at the main event show challenging for the AWA Tag Team Championships, 62%. $55%. I'm actually shocked that this one got that high. But Medusa beats Candy Divine to retain the AWA Women's Championship, 55%. Love the crowd reaction. Crowd reaction was better though, so that's good. Eric Bischoff interviews the Midnight Rockers, which I spelled incorrectly. I put Roskers, but hey, I was typing a lot. Eric Bischoff asked them what they thought of the video shown earlier of the Destruction Crew, saying they were coming for their titles at the main event. Shawn Michaels says they're familiar with what the Destruction Crew have been doing around other areas, but the AWA is a different animal. Marty says that if the Destruction Crew want the AWA titles, they better be ready to rock all night because he knows the Midnight Rockers will be. That was 76%. Not terrible. Carried by Shawn, I'm sure. 62% for a Great Muta defeating Manny Fernandez. 64%. Gary Hart says the Great Muta didn't just come over from the Far East to impress people who can't even comprehend his greatness. He came for gold. Specifically, he wants Greg Gagne's AWA International title. Stop licking. You know better. 64% for that. So I got 2 segments left. 80%. The match quality was only 79. 100% crowd reaction. Love that. 80%. This might save the show, actually. Now, this is was only 3 minutes. That might be why the match quality was hurt. But it's because Kurt Hennig looks like he's gonna lock up with Steamboat a couple different times, but backs off to the outside of the ring as the fans boo. Kurt eventually comes back inside the ring only to poke Steamboat in the eyes and then delivers a low blow right in front of the ref. Tommy Young calls for the DQ. Steamboat wins, but Hennig keeps the title. So yeah, he suckered him in, thought he was gonna give him a fair shake for the title. Um, the finish really hurt the match quality. The finish really killed the crowd. Okay, see, that makes sense. The crowd reaction was still 100%, so I don't care. Kurt lost to 0.2, and that's why the match quality went down to 2. But I'm cool with that because I mean, literally, I'm setting up for something. And then 72% for the final angle of the show, which was Hennig attacks Steamboat. Hennig goes to the outside and grabs a chair and comes back into the ring and hits Steamboat with it repeatedly. Steamboat is bleeding. Hennig then takes his wrist tape and wraps it around Steamboat to choke him out. Finally, enough referees come out to get Kurt off of Steamboat, but the damage had been done. Medical staff come out to put a passed out, bleeding Steamboat on a stretcher as the show goes black. Let's fucking go. That's how you do it. That saved the show. 67%. It saved the show. I'm not going to lie to you. Because the show wasn't looking great. But when you got a really good angle at the end like that for your biggest storyline featuring your biggest title and probably your 2 best wrestlers on your roster, let's fucking go, dude. It saved it. That was a good place to put it because that show was not great otherwise. It was the same amount of fucking 1.14. Well, that's a very hard. I've got a very another 2,500. So that's another sellout then. Cool. So as long as I'm selling out, that's cool with me. I'm cool with that. Where's my finances at? Are we doing anything? Are we doing anything? Or are we just gonna keep fucking breaking even? Is the problem? I'm barely making any money here. I haven't even made 50 grand yet. Eee. Fuck. The sponsorship money's nice though. 36,000. So I'm getting about 17 grand per show from sponsors. I don't know. We'll see, man. Ooh, they had a really good primetime wrestling this time. Probably because of that 80 and 87 they just had. Of course, because they had Rickard and Savage in there. That's how you do it. Brutus Cave, Beefcake beat Barry Horowitz. Rick Rude defeated Bad Morocco. Randy Savage defeated Bad News Brown. And Rick Martel of the Strike Force defeated the Young Stallions. That was way better show than their first show. They got to step it up. They knew. They knew what was up. We're turning the page here. Marcus Bagwell has entered the wrestling world. Okay. I might try to sign him. I ain't gonna lie. What's his 50 wrestling skill, 80 looks. I might put him with Tom Zink. What if I put him with Tom Zink as a tag team? He's only 18, bro. Is known to have anger issues, is known to be narcissistic, but is considered respectful of others. How's that go together? Doesn't even make any sense. No maskers. So there's only 55 wrestling skill. Who? Oh, says who? Even at 45, that motherfucker can out wrestle other people. Why does NWA think they need more talent? Oh, because they're getting killed. That's right. They're getting killed by me, NWF. They are really pushing Dr. Death Steve Williams, which pisses me off because I really wanted to try to steal him. Angle involving Arn Anderson, Ivan Koloff, Lex Luger, Road Warrior Animal, the Barbarian, the Warlord, and Tully Blanchard. What in the fuck do you guys got going on over there? Like a War Games match or some shit about to happen? That is insane. I am legit losing all my money as I get it. I'm not making enough money, dude. NWA held NWA World Championship Wrestling in Georgia. Success because Ric Flair and Road Warrior Hawk. The Dynamic Dudes versus the Road Warriors. Road Warrior Hawk got the pinfall. Mike Rotundo beat Kendall Windham. Tully Blanchard of the Four Horsemen, I assume he teamed up with Arn Anderson, defeated Sting and Bret Armstrong. And then Ronnie Garvin and Lex Luger beat the Steiner brothers. Nice. What happened here? A fight occurred last night between two World Class Championship Wrestling competitors. Al Perez is believed to have started the brawl with Buddy Roberts, and backstage staff had to intervene to split things up. Tensions are said to be very high backstage, with some saying Al Perez's behavior is unacceptable. All right, Perez, the hell's your problem? And why does his shit say WWF? You're not in the WWF. Why is that on there? Oh, now they got bad relationship. That's great. I don't like that it does that. It just has the WWF logo instead of like a regular background. Like he's not in WWF. That's really weird. Should probably not be doing that shit with my stuff. Yeah, see, it's got AWA on there. Okay. Jerry Lynn has entered the wrestling world. I'm taking him. No, I can't, can I? Can I not offer him? Oh yeah, no, I can't. Shit. He just entered the wrestling world. I can't offer him a contract. Hold on, let me see. Art Barr wins the uh, Pacific Northwest World Title for the first time. Wow, they held the Royal Rumble. At least thank God it is not on the same day that I ran my shit. Let's do whoa, now I'm losing like insane amounts. What the fuck? They're losing 7-0 to WWF. I'm losing 6-2 now. What the fuck happened? Was I losing 6-2 before? Still beating the NWA 5-3. Roster with best star quality. Okay. You're telling me they held the Royal Rumble and don't even have the fucking Royal Rumble match, really, dude? Come on. What kind of bullshit is that? British Bulldogs won the tag titles. Nice. No way. They had George Steele beat fucking. He won the title from Hogan. George Steele. They had George Animal Steele beat Hulk Hogan and in his fucking almost 1,500-day reign as world champion. Oh, rip. Rip on that. Holy shit. That's unbelievable. George the Animal Steele won the World Heavyweight Championship against Hogan, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. That's fucking insane. And they had, god damn it, did everybody lose their title at this fucking show? Bam Bam ended Honky Tonk's reign too. It wasn't that big at the time. Okay, this before. This is when this was gonna be. This was the longest reigning Intercontinental title of all time, but not anymore. Like it didn't even get to that point because Bam Bam ended it. Yo, that's insane. Bam Bam and Bam Bam ended Honky Tonk Man's reign before it could become the biggest of all time. The one that Ultimate Warrior ended. And fucking George Animal Steel beat Hogan's reign. What is happening in the WWF over there? The British Bulldogs one is the only one that really makes sense. I mean, I'm okay with Bam Bam beating Honky Tonk Man. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if he's supposed to be a good guy over there or not. It's weird if you would have had two heels against each other, especially back then, because that was taboo. Whoa, that's crazy, man. George the Animal Steel beat Hogan for the title. What the fuck? I am losing money like crazy. Why am I losing so much money daily? Where is this money going to? The staff wages? I can't tell what the fuck. What is going on with? Oh, wait. I get it. I think I get it. So the staff wages is literally fucking the wrestlers too, and they just divided it up and they're like divvying it out throughout the month. Because my staff doesn't get paid that much. I only have like 6 staff members. That's got to be what it is. If that's what it is, that makes way more sense. So they're dividing it by 30 or whatever the fuck, how many ever days are in that month. God, I hope that's what it is. Because I don't see a spot for like if you go to finances, it doesn't say anything for wrestler deals. It does say staff wages. That's the only thing that is under anything that I'm paying out for like people that work for me. I have no travel costs, no catering, no medical, no business deals. The back office, which I have a small office, I guess that's not going to be taken out till the end of the month. Belly, what's up? I didn't even know you was here, buddy. I saw you were streaming. I didn't know you were streaming. Um, I've got it on my phone because I can't. If I minimize the game, it'll fuck up the OBS. So I've got the phone open, trying to see the chat, but I didn't even look at it. I keep trying to look down. But okay. What the fuck am I doing here? That's got to be what it is. I'll get merchandise numbers at the end of the month, so that's good. All right, let's go to the next one. No news. That's good. No news is good news. All right. This is January 20th. 1988. Go ahead and write up show rating over here. All right, let's do it. 70% for this video package. Why does it keep going down? They do not like that. That's fine though. They keep gaining in popularity, so I'm cool with it. %81. Orton still wants a challenger for the main event. Eric Bischoff interviews Piper and Bob Orton Jr. Piper says that he's not shocked that no one has stepped up to the plate to get in the ring with Bob Orton Jr. at the main event because they know they'd get knocked out of the damn park. Orton grabs the mic and says he's done playing games, and if there's any real men in the back that want to take him on at the main event to step up. 81%. I'll take it. That's good. That's a good two first segments. Honestly, that's a good two first segments. Then we got the enhancement talent match, 55%, where Wahoo McDaniel defeats Tony Anthony cleanly and quite easily by pinfall. And then Wahoo McDaniel accepts Orton's challenge. Only at 53%. Because, I mean, it's Wahoo McDaniel, but still. Wahoo walks over to the stage and grabs a mic after his victory and says he's tired of everyone around here acting like no one wants to do battle with them. Maybe it's because you're not as great as you think you are. Maybe it's because you don't have any gold around your waist. Wahoo says he's won plenty of gold in his career, but now he just wants to shut people up who can't seem to close their mouths. He accepts Bob Orton Jr.'s challenge for a match at the main event. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that would get a better reaction than 53%. I know Wahoo McDaniel isn't like the best entertainment wise or anything, but that's all right. Next up, 63%. Iron Sheik defeats Bill Dundee by submission. 75%. Iron Sheik calls out Sergeant Slaughter. Iron Sheik says he only has one thing to say, and that is for Sergeant Slaughter to come out and face him like a man. Slaughter comes out to applause. Iron Sheik says before he got to AWA, all he heard about was how great Sergeant Slaughter was, how he was the symbol of USA. Well, he hates USA. A fat slob being the symbol of the USA fits perfectly, but the Sheik is here now, and he's going to make the USA healthier by getting rid of Sergeant Slaughter. Slaughter says, well, what about a match at the main event then? And Sheik accepts and says, you better train hard and pray to your God because you will need all the help you can get to defeat him. Before Sheik walks away, Slaughter grabs the mic once more and says, how about since you hate how much I represent America that we make this a flag match? We put the U.S. flag on a pole and whoever reaches it first wins. Sheik shouts okay over and over again away from the mic while backing up behind the curtain. So it is set flag match between Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter at the main event. 75% angle. I like it. I like it a lot. Next up, 80%. 3 stars. We're writing that one down. Stan Hansen defeating Scott Hall. Stan Hansen defeats Scott Hall by pinfall after back-to-back lariats. Nice. 99% crowd reaction on that too. Sick. That's the first time I've used either one of them, and it's just a random ass match that I threw in, and boom. And we only got one more thing. Like, this show was actually not terrible number-wise. And the main event, oh, that was the main event. 83%. Match made. Terry Funk versus Stan Hansen. Stan Hansen attacks and beats down Scott Hall after the match. Terry Funk runs out for the save and chases away Stan Hansen. Terry Funk grabs a microphone and says, if you're going to just start picking on people around here, then why don't you pick on someone who is just as crazy as you are? In fact, I may just be the sickest son of a bitch you've ever seen. Why don't you and I do a little two-step in here right now? Hansen waves him off and starts to walk away. Eric Bischoff says he just got word that next week it will indeed be Terry Funk versus Stan Hansen. 83%. Love to see it. Come on, baby. 70? Is that my best show? That is my best show so far. Overall, show rating wise, anyway. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Gain another 0.2. They had Warrior beat Hercules. The Bulldogs beat the Fabulous Rougeaus. The Killer Bees defeated the Young Stallions. And Ken Patera defeated. Or no, Ken Patera and Jake Roberts defeated Strikeforce. Okay. Got another fucking thing. Bambi wants to work with Candy Divine. God damn it. Another promise, man. I can't keep up with all these promises. It's just not going to happen. I've been admiring the work of Candy Divine, and I'd love to work with them. I would like a match with Candy Divine before the February 21st. I could probably make that happen. I mean, it's not like I'm not using Bambi all fucking month anyway, so I mean, it's not the worst. I could do that. Let's do, all right, hold on. 2,500 tickets again for the attendance and TV rating. Ooh, uh-oh, it went down. 1.10 on that one. 1.10 million viewers. Still got 122,000 though. I keep getting like right over what I was making and it just goes away because of all the fucking people. If this fucking big event fails me, I am so screwed. I have to make so much money on that fucking big event. For the main event, big show or whatever. 69, 67, 70. Like, I'm having quality shows. That was my least amount of viewers, even though I'm gaining in popularity. How's that possible? That one was in Michigan, by the way. So I went to Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. Now we're going to Indiana next. All right, let me see. I guess I can do it. We'll give her the shot that she wants. Accept promise. So we'll have to do Candy Divine versus fucking Bambi at some point. Let me write that down in the notes too. And I need to write this down for February promises. So we can get this done. Bambi wants match with Candy. Bambi versus Candy. All right, done. Written down. Mail. Push request for Scott Hall. Fuck. You had one match and you lost it. It was a good match though. What are you? He's a mid carder. He wants to go to upper mid card. What's your popularity? Your only popularity is 36, bro. He wants it before April 23rd. I'll make it a thing for the March. So I'll do push. Shit. Wrong fucking thing. There we go. Push Scott Hall to upper Mid card. I'll do that for March because he wants it done by April and get it done early so I don't fucking forget. I keep losing all my money. Mr. Hughes has entered the wrestling world. Nice. Six to two again. 5-3. Okay, so that's the same for the week. They held their big show, NWA Bunkhouse Stampede. I would like to know how many fucking people went. Ric Flair beat Ronnie Garvin to retain the title. Road Warriors retained the title against the Steiner Brothers. Yo, this show was sick. How is that only a fucking... Oh, because Scott is still really young. That's why. That makes sense. Dusty Rhodes kept the title against Steve Williams. Really? Dusty Rhodes and Steve Williams. That was a nice match. Oh, I was thinking Dustin when I read it, but yeah, Dusty. That makes more sense, I guess. Nikita Koloff keeps the title against Chris Champion. Why the fuck was Chris Champion get a World TV title match? Lex Luger beat Ivan Koloff. The Dynamic Dudes lose to Brett Armstrong and Sting, and then Barry Windham beat Kelvin Sullivan. That's a decent show. I really don't understand the Chris Champion thing, but other than that, if I go to event histories, maybe it'll tell me. Oh yes, it can. Where is Go to NWA. They had 121,000 viewership for NWA Bunkhouse Stampede. 7,000 fucking people. Almost 8,000 people. Time Warner PPV. So they are doing pay-per-view then. Interesting. They're not doing better viewership than me. That one almost is. Holy fuck. But they got two shows though. So they're getting way more revenue than I am because they've got two fucking weekly shows. I only got one. Shit. I don't have a big enough roster. I have two like they do though, man. More people start coming into the fucking thing, maybe. Hey, perfect timing. You're already getting one. Yes, except you're not gonna be happy with the result probably, but you are getting a title match. We've got 4 fucking promises already, and it's fucking only January 26th. Okay. So it is the 27th now. Right, show rating over all. All right, we got to get back up to the 1.14, bro. Like, we can't be losing fucking viewers even though we're gaining in popularity. Where the fuck is my, where's the popularity fucking thing at? Yeah, it's like I'm gaining popularity, dude. Like, what? We're just not doing it fast enough, I guess. I don't fucking know. Oh, that's so I can just see North America's popularity. So I'm not gaining popularity anywhere else. That's what you're telling me? Cool. How the fuck did I go from 50 down and then go back up? Like, what? What happened? 66%. The opening video package doesn't seem to be going over too hot anymore. But they're all still gaining in popularity. So I mean, if that's gonna happen, then I'm cool with it, honestly. 82%. Eric Bischoff interviews Kurt Hennig. Eric Bischoff asks if the match between Kurt and Steamboat at the main event is still on. Kurt Hennig says he doubts it, but we will see. Kurt says he beat him pretty good. He says he got a pretty hefty fine, but one, it was worth it, and two, when you're the champion, that amount of money is peanuts compared to the poor people of Indiana. Eric asks if Kurt will be ready if Steamboat shows up for the title match. Kurt says he isn't the one he or anyone else should be worried about. He says he'd put that focus of worrisome on if Steamboat will ever wrestle again. All he knows is that the AWA World Champion will be there. 82%. Good bounce back. There's Brian Pillman and Tom Zink right there. 63% as they lose to Luger. Wow. Why did they lose so much popularity? Holy fuck. But I love the fact that Ultimo and Jushin Thunder Liger got a bunch of popularity, I guess. 63%. Um, 66%. As Gary Hart says that before their matches at the main event, Muta and Bull Nakano will soften up their competition tonight in mixed tag team action. That is 66%. This is where Muta's going to get mad with me. I told Muta he's losing this match, and he got pissed. 58%. But that's okay. Terry Funk versus Stan Hansen is next. 72%. Terry Funk and Stan Hansen just will not listen to the ref and both keep breaking rules. It gets to the point where they're outside the ring and won't stop fighting to come back in the ring, and both hit each other with chairs. Tommy Young calls for the bell, and it ends up being a no contest after 8 minutes. And then finally, last segment, 79%. Oh, this show was not good. This is not the go home show you want. Steamboat returns. Eric Bischoff is running down the card for AWA's the main event show, and out comes Ricky Steamboat. Fans are up. Eric Bischoff asks him how he's feeling and if he's able to compete on Saturday night against Kurt Hennig for the AWA World Title. Ricky Steamboat says that the last 2 weeks haven't felt great, but he knows he can't let Kurt Hennig get away with what he did to him a couple weeks ago. Not only will the Dragon be there in Chicago, Illinois at the main event, but he'll be in the main event. He will win the main event, and he will officially be the new AWA World Champion. 67. Oh, not my worst show. Tied for the worst. Gain another 0.2. Brian Lee has entered the wrestling world. Got 3 males on that one. We sold out again. We're selling out that specific arena. 1.12. We went up a little bit. So we went up from last week's show rating wise. Still not our highest. 1.14 is our highest. But I'll take it. No, Ultimo Dragon got hurt. No, what, dude? Oh, okay, it's not that big. Bicep injury only till February of '88. February 21st. Okay, so not bad. Okay. Woo. Come on, man. Don't fuck with me like that. Do not fuck with me like that. Mil Mascaris beats Brad Armstrong. Barry Windham beats Mike Rotunda. Lex Luger defeats Kevin Sullivan. And Sting defeats Ivan Koloff. They are really using Ivan Koloff a lot. Like, holy shit. Where the fuck is... Why are they using Nikita? They got Nikita Koloff, too. All right, man. My first big show. I'm very nervous right now. AWA, the main event. My first huge show is coming up soon. In fact, let's go ahead and go to the next day here. Oh, it'll be on Sunday. My bad. I thought it was Saturday. But no, it'll be Sunday, the 31st. Oh, and they've already had their two big shows, so at least I know they're not running on the same day as me on this one. Royal Rumble's already happened, and Bunkhouse Stampede already happened, so I'm good there. Unless World Class runs one, but I'm not too worried about World Class. Road Warriors beat the Steiner Brothers for the tag team titles again. Luger beat Ivan Koloff. Luger and Sting they're just beating the shit out of Kevin Sullivan and Ivan Koloff, it seems. And Larry Zbyszko beat Ron Garvin. Interesting. January 31st. Here we go, man. My big show. Oh my god. My big show. Oh god, I need this thing to hit. I need this to hit so bad. Opening video package, 65%. $71% for the Midnight Rockers to retain the AWA World Tag Team Championships. Very nice. That's not one of my storylines. That was just thrown in there. And then luckily, Mike Ina said he wanted a title match. That was the title match. I'm hoping that counts, even though it was pre-booked. Main event 88 off to a nice start match wise. 71. All right, so then we go to a dud. 51%. How was that a dud? Those are two of the best fucking women's wrestlers in 88. 51%. Strongly disagree. Earhart gets on the apron to distract Medusa, and Bull Nakano takes advantage. Bull Nakano wins after a leg drop from the top rope and wins the AWA Women's Championship. 51%? Really? Is that my lowest match so far? How the fuck was that a dud? The Medusa versus fucking Candy Divine match was better. The Medusa versus Candy Divine match for her to retain the title was 55%. Bull Nakano is way better. and got 51%. I wonder if it's because of her popularity in North America. I wonder if that had something to do with it. Match quality, a dud doesn't make any sense. I don't like that one. That annoys me. Bob Orton Jr. versus Wahoo McDaniel, 61%. Uh-oh. This is not what I like to see. Wahoo McDaniel has the upper hand most of the match until Orton pokes him in the eyes. Still, Wahoo is able to fight back. Orton goes to grab a chair in frustration, but as the ref is fighting with him to take it away, Piper comes in the ring and hits Wahoo with a loaded fist. Orton uh, agrees to get rid of the chair and pins Wahoo 1, 2, 3. The finishes are hurting the matches because of the interference or whatever, but I understand that, but still. 59% for Muta winning the AWA International Championship. AW International Championship match. Great Muta has the advantage most of the match. However, Gagne fights back, even with all the interference from Gary Hart throughout. Gagne goes for a roll up but can't get the 3 count. As Muta comes up, he spits green mist in Gagne's face and pins him for the win. Muta wins the AWA International title. Okay. A half a star, but the crowd reaction was insane, and the final score was 75% somehow. Boy, this is not making any sense to me right now. Sergeant Slaughter versus Iron Sheik in the flag match, an even matchup that saw Adnan try to get involved, but he got knocked out for his trouble. Slaughter retrieves the U.S. flag from the pole to win after a bloody, hard-hitting match. A half a star for match quality. A half a star, and got 75%. But the other one, which is actually a fucking storyline, was a dud and got 55%. What's the fucking crowd reaction on the fucking other one? Why do they not care about? Oh, I can't go back. God damn it. I wish I could. All right. Anyway, shit. Only one more match left. 2 segments. The workers went for an epic feel, but the crowd wasn't buying it. Really? Uh, that's funny. It says the workers went for an epic feel, but the crowd wasn't buying it. And then in my notes, I wrote Ricky Steamboat wins an incredible back and forth epic match to win the AWA World Championship. It was epic to some. This got a lower match than the fucking Slaughter and fucking Iron Sheik, dude. All right, great. It wasn't even a fucking 3-star match quality. Like, what is happening? Yo, what in the fuck? This was not good, and this should have been way better. My lead ups were so good to these. With the limited time frame that I had, an hour show each week. Eric Bischoff interviews Ricky Steamboat. Eric Bischoff climbs in the ring as Ricky Steamboat is celebrating his title victory. Eric asks what this moment means to Steamboat. Steamboat says that his whole life he just wanted to be the best at something, anything. Now he is. Bischoff asks him what's next, despite it being too early to know. Steamboat replied, "You know, it's not too early to ask because I'm the best in this moment, but I want to be the best AWA world champion of all time. So that will continue to drive me here in the AWA. We did it. My family is here. It just couldn't be a better feeling or moment for me in my life. Thank you. 71% for that? That's a great promo. It's a great solid babyface promo for Ricky Steamboat, bro. Like, what are we doing here? 67. Fuck. How? Man, that show was good. '74. Yes, the promise did succeed. Very nice. Larry Hennig has left AWA. Wahoo McDaniel leaves AWA. The AWA, the main event on Cablevision, makes 1.182 million. Holy shit. Okay. 2.4 million on closed circuit US. 279,000 on closed circuit Canada. 25,000 closed circuit Mexico. Yo, I'm gonna have to add all that together to get the viewers. Cable video store has the cable video store has 16,976 viewers. Viewers Choice USA. 5,000 tickets sold out, baby. Holy fuck, that one show jumped me $4 million. Dude, that's insane. I was flirting around back and forth between like 7 million and like 6.8 million. Let's see what the finances were. Final finances. Oh shit. Oh, there it is. Okay, January. Oh, they didn't count that for January, even though the show happened on January 31st. They count it for February. So even though I lost $913,000 in January, reportedly, I'm already up 5.5 million in Feb. My fucking back office costs 500K. Is that true? Production. Yes, it is. A small office is $500,000 per month. That's fucking asinine. Where's my finances? Back to my finances. On my shittiest show, my biggest show was my shittiest show, even though I put all my work into making it the best show. It ends up being my worst show, but I made so much money because it was my pay-per-view. So I'm good on money as long as I don't get fucking, destroyed by the fact that the fans are going to hate me because they didn't like the show. I mean, it wasn't the biggest drop off. It was tied for two other 67s, but I was really hoping that was gonna be my best show. Holy shit! And they counted the 26,000 for the venue as well. It cost me 26,000 to run that venue, but I made 200,000. So, and then the other bullshit venues, it cost me like 12,000 for each one. It looks like it cost me 12,100 for each one, and then I made 400,000. So like doing pretty good on the venue versus ticket sales. I've sold out every show. Sponsor, I made $101,000 from sponsorships. That literally covers just Roddy Piper's contract. He gets paid $100,000 a month, I think. It's fucking insane. My staff wages was 972 grand. I almost pay $1 million per month just for the wrestlers and the staff and the referees and the announcers. That's brutal. But I'm up. But I am up. There's my three promises currently. Two of these I have to do this month. Fuck, man. Popularity is steadily going up as well. Where is my like? I go to all promotions. There we go. So I'm at 51. They're at 59. They're considered cult still as well. Like it's gonna take me forever. Finance is fine. 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 Ooh, it says fine, but they are going downhill. Of course, WWE is fine. Why wouldn't they be fine? Bastards. Even fucking Pacific Northwest Wrestling World Class is the only one taking a dive. What are they doing? Boy, they better figure their shit out. All right, so yeah, I was just going even until the fucking big show. Even till the big show. The problem is I only have 6 big shows, one every other month. So I don't have one this month. That's the issue. My next fucking big show isn't until Wrestle Rock, which is March 27th. Oh, fuck. Backstage morale. Marty Jannetty is horribly negative. Bob Orton Jr. is horribly negative. Ricky Morton is a horribly negative presence. What? Ricky Morton? He's like the nicest dude in the world. Tom Zink is a negative presence. Why? I just gave you a push, asshole. You should be fucking happy. No drug testing because I can't afford to lose anybody. Because I know everybody in the 80s were fucking on drugs. Can't have that happen. Merchandise. What was the merchandise? Oh, yes, let's look. Who should I be pushing? Roddy Piper made the most money. Sid made the second most, even though he's hurt. Wow. Roddy Piper made the most money in sales. That makes sense. I gotta find something for fucking Piper to fight. Maybe Piper versus Terry Funk for the next big show. Man, Piper's 3,000 higher than the next guy. Piper is no joke, bro. I gotta use Piper. Like, I fucking am paying Piper $100,000 a month, and I only use them for fucking talking segments. Like, he didn't even have a match. Maybe I'll do like Piper and Orton versus somebody. Piper and Orton. Let me see. All no, not all work as my roster. So I would go Piper and Orton. That's a main event and a mid card, I believe. Yes. Okay. Fuck. The problem is Cat Jack is a heel. I need to turn him. No, no, no. Cancel, cancel, cancel. What is he? Change character. He is a heel. So I need to change him to face. Unstable. At least I think he's a heel. Yeah, he's a heel. Okay. So I'll do Bob Orton or Piper and Bob Orton versus Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. That'd be fucking sick. So we two main event dudes and then two mid card guys, and they go together perfectly. So that'd be sweet. Fuck. Promises. All right, that's month one. That is month one, guys. So I have to write out the next shows or whatever. 3. I was gonna do 4. I was gonna do 5 shows every time, but now I realize I can't do that because of fucking. I only got 6 pay-per-views. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do this to make it flow correctly. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd have to do 9 shows for the next one to get to the next big show, or 8 shows, and then the ninth is the big one for Wrestle Rock. Maybe that's what I'll do. I might not do because I'm not gonna do this every Monday, obviously. But when I do have the shows. I'll just do this on Mondays for whenever I have the shit together. So yeah, that's what I'll do, and I just pre-book it all just so that man, pre-booking 2 months though. I might just do the 4 because pre-booking 2 months, there's too much shit that could happen injury wise, and I don't want to change all my shit or like somebody becoming available and I'm signing them, and I want to work them into the show immediately. So I'll just do the 4. I'll do the 4 next time, and then I'll do 5. So it'll be 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. Unless I get enough money to start running some other big shows, so I can have one for every month instead. Then I'll just do 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if my fucking money is going to be a big jump like that from the one big show, then yeah, I might do it. But I gotta make sure I don't get thrown off these fucking networks either for not hitting the minimum numbers that they wanted me to hit, because they'll end the fucking TV deal with me or the pay-per-view deal with me if I'm not reaching what they think I should be reaching. Um, and they'll just end it. So I don't know, man. We'll see. I got to come up with something better to keep people's attention though, because like I had one really good show, but I thought it was like my. It's crazy how every time I play one of these games, I feel like my show that's not really good, ends up being my best show, and my fucking show that I end thinking so is going to be my best ends up being the worst. I don't understand how that works, but it's whatever. But I'm out. That'll be the stream for today, and then I'll stream this again whenever I get the next 4 pre-booked. But tomorrow it'll definitely be a Marvel Rivals and finals type of day because I haven't played it in a few days, and I need to get back on the grind because I'm like level on the battle pass for finals. I'm like 84, and Rivals. I just unlocked another page a few days ago, so got to start working towards the next page. But I'm out. Deuces.